eyes were cherry red. It's just the morning after. I don't remember who was here. I'll eat a slice of that cold pizza and wash it down with warm beer. I got that not so fresh feeling from my head down to my toes. I think I had a good time. Heaven only knows it's just the morning after. Lord, it's funky up in here. Help me now, yeah. I'll eat a slice of cold pizza and wash it down with warm beer. Yeah, you got it now, hey.
Oh, hey. Yeah, you got it now. Hey, welcome to the morning after with JP and Big Joe. It's our Halloween special. How we doing? And with a special guest. Here we are with Coach Lore. Hi, Coach Lore.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me on my favorite day.
You're a scary doll.
Yes, somewhat.
Yeah. And what's that mug you got there? A
Oh,
Disney
I've
mug.
got a Disney mug that changes colors. So when it's cold, it's black, and when it's hot, it's green.
Oh my gosh, that's so rad. And then as with us as always, Big Joe, how you doing over there?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
He's the last airbender.
I'm the second to last airbender.
True. I see.
I'm the one
Nice,
that no one
nice.
talks about. I'm the black sheep of the airbenders.
Yeah. Gee, well, you look amazing. Look at that bright. Is that a construction orange sort of
It
shirt?
is.
Yeah.
I bought it at Walmart last night.
Oh, yeah.
Out here in Denver. And I'll tell you, the Walmart out here was popping. And it was like Christmas Eve popping. Everyone
why
was
was
there.
it-
And I don't
Just
know.
because it was the day before
I
Halloween?
guess. I mean, people were leaving out of line. People were hopping in line. People were fighting over spots. And from what I understand, I don't know 100% for sure, but I think they went on lockdown out here again to where they're closing things down, not allowing. I mean, there was just so many people out. It kind of makes you wonder. I'm not going to get into that too much, but I mean, just there was no way that we couldn't stand away from anybody. Like we were. Butts to nuts.
Yeah, they're trying, with like the social distancing at places like Walmart and grocery stores. But if you notice, no one's following the rules. They got the arrows that go down each aisleway. Only walk this way, don't walk this way. But no one's fucking doing that, and everyone's standing right next to each other. I have to tell people like, hey, back up just a little.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not afraid to do that.
No, you have to. You have to push people.
No, exactly. Hey, you have to let them know where your comfort zone is. I don't know. My experience the last 2 months out here in Denver, I've actually been fairly positive. Going to the store as often as I have, we pay attention. Or if we both go towards something, we look at each other like, "Oh, okay, after you." That was actually my first real experience. I even went to a comedy concert about a month ago, and it was at an actual comedy venue, and they retrofitted their parking lot to be the venue, and they had social distancing, and there was probably about 200 people there, and it was just big enough to spread everything out, and it was legit. It was on a real stage, monitors, everything. Food was being served. They had hookahs, and they were smoking outside. I guess I don't know how that works, but
Well, regardless, I'm glad you were able to get your Halloween stuff together. It looks amazing, I gotta say. Coach Lore, don't you agree?
I agree. I think it looks perfect. Like you did that really well. I also want to mention JP's a Bush.
Yes.
He's a Bush.
Yeah, I'm a Bush.
like the band from the 90s.
Yeah, my favorite 90s band, Bush. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, I was just Bush, and then I saw that Joe had a cool name, Big Joe, the last other airbender. I was like, oh, I should make my name something. And Joe's like, how about President Bush? I was like, oh,
Perfect.
here I am,
Lucky
President
year,
Bush, baby. Yeah, man. Yeah, I give you respect Joe and Coach Floor to the both of you because you guys made your costumes. I'll go ahead and admit I didn't make this awesome Bush costume. I sent away for it, but I do love it. But look at you, you guys look amazing, and you guys made that. I have a lot of respect for people who make their costumes. One time, my friend Billy, you guys know Billy, former bass player of ZH, just one of the billions of ZH bass players. He was a vending machine one year. He made himself. He made himself
That's
a
awesome.
vending machine. It was fucking amazing. He had snacks in there, just a big box. Like, how did you fucking do that? It's amazing. Anyway, good on you guys. You look great, Coach Floor, especially. You're like a sexy, scary doll. And
It's exactly what I was going for. If I'm not
yeah.
sexy, I don't wear it. Let me show you the whole thing, though. It's a little.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Look at that.
Do it slowly. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's awesome.
I'm a doll.
Joe, is it just a top up outfit for you, or you got pants on, or?
No, it definitely is a top up. Wearing my autopsy shirt, my gym shorts, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's a waist up kind of show, so that's okay.
it definitely is. But I will say I've always worn pants for you guys. So, you know, just to let you guys know that.
That's good. You don't want to be like that. Who was it? Like just
It was
recently, somebody got
it was
busted.
a news guy.
That was it. It was a news guy, and I
It
guess
was a
like he
respectful
thought
news
once
guy.
again, yeah, and once again he thought his all that same shit that they say. You know, I thought my camera was off and or something. So I don't know. Like I think he just busted his thing out and started touching it or whatever, like on a Zoom call with like
No.
other news people. And of course, his fucking mic wasn't off or whatever, and his camera wasn't off. I'm like,
Oh, fuck.
Classic.
It-
Classic.
but a lot of people were giving him like, I don't want to say like making excuses for him, but a lot of people were like kind of defending him, going like, "Oh, but these times are crazy." You know what I mean? And like, yeah, you know, you got the quarantine mixed with lack of, you know, technological ability, and then you got the loneliness factor mixed in there. I'm like, dude, it's so easy to not jerk off on a Zoom call. It's so easy. It's so easy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
But anyway, I mean, I don't want to like cancel the guy, but yeah, I mean, people were jumping to his defense. I was like, okay, well, he did do it. He did do it.
Yeah.
Um,
And if other people don't do it, I think people can stop themselves.
right. I mean, look at Joe. He's been able to keep his pants on every episode, apparently.
I show up with pants
Pretty
on,
good.
bro, and that's like a
That's-
lot. That says a lot.
Yeah, man. You've been. I hope you've been honest with me.
I mean, we should probably talk after the show. I got a couple things to get off my chest.
Well, it's been a fun lead up to Halloween. I must say, we carved a pumpkin. Laura and I carved pumpkins for the first time in I don't know, a billion years. I made a cute little bat. Laura had like this weird scary face, and it seemed like within 24 hours they were rotten. our pumpkins. If you leave them out in the front yard, pumpkins don't last long. I don't remember that part about carving pumpkins. When did they start dying so quickly?
I noticed that this year too. Walking around here in Denver, I just thought it was the Denver pumpkins. Like, man,
Yeah.
everything's like melting out here. Like, I thought they did it on purpose. You know, I'm like, oh, that's pretty clever. Make it look like your pumpkin's like a piece of shit. You know?
They do look cool when they're all decayed, though. I will say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. This year's COVID pumpkins weren't as hot as
Oh,
years before. I don't know.
it's the
There's no
COVID,
one
isn't it?
Yeah, dude. It's no one out there to water them. Then they get sick and start spreading that shit with each other. And next thing you know,
Yeah.
it's hopping countries. And
Did you, Big Joe, did you carve any pumpkins or watch any scary movies? What's going on?
I didn't do any pumpkins. I would have normally. I'm not a pumpkin carver really, but I would have done
You
it
do
for my
have two kids, though. Yeah.
I would have done it for the kids. I actually don't like to dress up, and I do it for the kids. To be completely
Aw.
honest, the only reason why I dressed up was because I mentioned to you a couple weeks ago, like, "Hey, we gonna do something for Halloween?" And you're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Cool." And then the next day, I'm like, "Wait, not cool. I don't want to do it."
You're like, now I have to do this shit.
So, but no, I do like to get into the spirit. I had watched a couple of cheesy movies, but I do. I like The Walking Dead a lot. I know there's a lot of complaints about that with all your horror buffs and zombie buffs. And I honestly think, for what it is, it's a great drama with good stories and character development. But anyways, I just caught up with that, and now I'm watching Fear the Walking Dead, and just on Netflix and Hulu, just watching putting on random horror movies. But I will say,
there we go. Because Walking Dead is like something that people watch all year. I feel like it's not really. It's definitely a horror thing, but it seems like something that people don't just watch on Halloween. What did you watch this year? Did you watch anything special this year, just for Halloween?
Yeah, so I watched. What was it? I want to say it was The Babysitter. It was. It's about 5 years old, and it's about this this weird little kid witnessing his babysitter go through like a ritual act of murder, and he finds out that he needs like his blood and stuff like that. So it was hella cheesy. It was meant to be cheesy. It hit all your typical points of stereotypical 80s slasher, just with new technology, and actually what was worse was the sequel. Like, they tried to do cheesy again, but dude, this was horrible directing, and the sequel wasn't that good, but still you got random blood. But my favorite was I was watching Evil Dead.
The first one?
No, it was I think it was the first one. It was the first one. It was the more serious one. And then Evil Dead 2 was kind of the same thing, but a little bit more funny. And then you got Army of Darkness. And
Evil Dead 1's interesting because Ash, everyone's beloved Ash, he doesn't really do shit in that movie. He's kind of a wuss in that movie. He just watches stuff happen. And then Evil Dead 2,
he gets more brave as it goes on.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how. I was always led to believe that the sequel was supposed to be like, it's not really a sequel. They just tried to redo the first one better. Like, you can see the story plot is the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly, because the Ash in Evil Dead 2, there's an Ash in Evil Dead 1, but like in Evil Dead 2, he doesn't even refer to any of that stuff that happened in the past. It's weird. Like, he went to a cabin and had a terrible time, and then in Evil Dead 2, he's like, oh, let's just go back. But as you said, Joe, I think it's just a completely different movie. But like a completely different story.
It was a second chance. I mean, he had the balls to redo it again versus, some sci-fi directors and people going back and just editing and adding in, digital things.
Coach Lore, what are some of your favorite movies to bust out Halloween time? And I know you and I we watched a movie a couple nights ago, and it was god awful.
It was awful. It was just awful. It was a
Netflix. It looked like a Lifetime movie in terms of quality, but it was
The Witch's House.
The House of the Witch. The House of the
Witch. Super bad.
Woo.
Super bad.
It was bad.
So
What are some of your favorites?
Favorite movie is The Exorcist. Has been my entire life. It was the first movie I saw as a kid. So I think it just stuck with me. It's also just a great movie. I mean, it was nominated for 10 Academy Awards, won 2 Academy Awards. It was nominated for 8 Golden Globes and won 5 Golden Globes. One of the only horror movies to what?
You did some homework on this.
Well, it is my favorite movie.
Okay.
And I always say that it's great because The Exorcist actually won awards. Like, it's one of the only horror movies that has won so many awards because it's so good and it's timeless. And you could watch it and it's still scary and it's disturbing. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, what's up with the horror snub? What's up with the snub that they give horror movies and academies and film critics?
I think I think it takes a lot to make horror that's not gory or cheesy or just, for the sake of horror. So my favorite directors and writers are Dario Argento, who made Suspiria. He made Deep Red, Phenomena. who he's an Italian novelist and he's fantastic. And then there's Alejandro Jodorowsky. Jodorowsky is a poet, and I knew him as a poet, but he's Chilean and French, and he made one of my all-time favorite movies, which is Santa Sangre. It is a Mexican American movie. It's filmed in Mexico City, and it is disturbing. He also made El Topo. Yeah, he also made El Topo and a couple of other, Jodorowsky films that have won a lot of awards, same as Dario Argento, same as Stephen King. So I think that if you make proper horror where it's horrific, where you are disturbed, where it is truly scary, it deserves awards, it deserves a lot of things.
A lot of horror movies are just bad too.
Yeah, a lot of horror movies are bad. And a lot of these films that I mentioned have a lot more dialogue. The Exorcist doesn't get good till after like an hour and a half, and but the buildup is nice, I really enjoy it. And I enjoy different.
I've never seen The Exorcist. I'm going to go ahead and admit that on the air right now. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sure.
Well, but I mean, if horror is not your if it's not your favorite genre, I don't expect you to sit like 2 hours for The Exorcist, But it is a classic.
Is a good movie, though, right? People say this is a good movie, horror or not.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. All right.
And the fact that Linda Blair was 12 years old filming that, and it's disturbing.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. She hurt her back because of the harness when she's going back and forth, in that scene. She hurt her back the rest of her life, it's the sacrifice that she made on that film is pretty cool.
Wow. Big Trag, what's up, dude? What's good? Nice costumes. Thank you. I'm a Bush. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Bush.
Like to hear if anybody out there is dressed up at this point. Probably not. They're probably saving it for tomorrow. But I'd like to hear about some costumes that y'all is wearing. Yeah. The Exorcist, I'll have to make some time to watch. There's like a lot of classic horror movies that I've never seen, like Poltergeist. I never saw Poltergeist. Is that a horror movie or a suspense movie?
That's a horror movie, I would say. What do you think, Big Joe? It's a scary movie.
I've never seen that movie either. Honestly, I'm not a horror guy. I'm a horror guy. I mean,
oh man,
I'm more of a sci-fi guy, to be completely honest. The reason why I do know zombies and horror, I lived with a guy by the name of Nick Chauvin, and the Chauvin family, they're huge Halloween people, huge horror fans, and I think I've seen every zombie movie made. My buddy Jason Belden, JB Deadline, he's a huge horror fan too. So just all my friends were into it. And I like spaceships in outer space, or things like Avatar, and I was always having to watch bloody movies like Dead Alive.
Yes. I think it has a lot to do with how you were raised. Like I was raised in a super horror family. Like every movie we chose was horror. Rarely was it a comedy. So we grew up really, really liking drama and horror and disturbing stuff. My grandma would be like, "Did you see the news today? It was like a kid got split in half, like it's like should turn it on." Like it was weird.
Yes.
Yeah, there's just you guys are so desensitized to gore. Mexican people, it's crazy.
Pick them up.
And I think we've talked about this on the show before, but if you watch like the news on one of the Spanish speaking channels like Univision or something like that, oh my God, they won't just refer to the horrible thing that happened. They will show you the footage of it like 4 or 5 times. And then you're like, "Oh, that kid got smashed in a gate," or something like that. Like
horrible.
But we're not used to seeing that, but you guys are. So therefore, Halloween time is your guys' time. We're like, oh, we get to watch terrible, scary, horror, scarifying things.
Scarifying.
May I actually give you guys some information that I found really interesting, because I was always fascinated by the fact that, the veil is thinner and the dead come, especially in our culture. But it's awesome to see.
What do you mean by that? For those who aren't familiar with what you're saying.
So we believe in Mexican culture and a lot of Latin American culture that the veil, so we believe in dimensions, even though like our pantheon is judo Christianity because of the, of what happened. Before that, we were also, we had a different religion, and we believed that the veil of the dimensions got really, really thin around the 30th of October until about the 3rd of November. So basically, it's a time where the dead can come visit. In Mexico, on the 1st, it's the Day of the Dead for kids, and on the 2nd, it's for adults. So usually you'd go to the cemetery, and in a lot of sierras, they still do it. They dig out the dead, they dig out their bones, and then you dance with them and you sit with them. Sure. And you put food out for them. I was just telling JP that in school, you make little sugar skulls and you put your family's name on it. And then you make poems of like how they're going to die or how they can die. You do that for your teachers too. Like, a silly teacher, you bring them a skull and then you bring them a poem that rhymes, and it's really cool. It's called a calaverita, and it's just a funny way he's going to die. Like he's going to fall down the stairs, his head's going to come off, like just, things like that.
And it's lighthearted though. There's lighthearted.
Yeah. I was going to say, man, I got in a lot of trouble at school telling my teachers they were going to die. I should have gone to school in Mexico. I probably would have fit in a little bit easier.
Yes. So because of that, because the veil is so thin, the dead can come visit, and then you set up an altar for them with food and everything. And you just, you think about them, you're with them, they're here. But it's not only Mexican culture. So the different cultures that celebrate the dead during the 30th to the 3rd are Mexico, Guatemala, Brazil, Peru, Pacific Islands, Tonga Islands, ancient Persians, and Incas. But also Ireland with Samhain, that was before Christianity came. Samhain was an Irish Celtic tradition. And in Europe, it's also called All Saints. In China, it's called Ghost Festival. And in Japan, it's called Obon. So it's crazy that all these civilizations have the same dates. It's the same dates, different civilization at different times. That just tells me that it's true. You know what I mean? It's
for real.
It's for real. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
So have you felt any paranormal, not paranormal, but have you felt anything from beyond this year?
Yeah, actually last night was the first time this year, or not this year, I've had a lot this year, but yesterday was the first time around this time, at nighttime, just kind of different noises and different things. And then you start feeling things. I start feeling that, like, my grandma passed away in March. And I think that she's getting ready to hang out with us, this weekend. And her presence is just really here. It's really here. So I can't wait to set up her favorite food and just feel her again, And I remember being little, and like the smells, you can smell the people that you've lost. You can smell them again. It's crazy. So I can't wait to see them.
I don't remember people's smells unless it's an overtly bad smell. So, yeah. But anyway, as Laura's saying, the veil is thin right now. So be on the lookout for spirits. Welcome them. Don't push them away. It's the important thing is you want to bring them in, and you don't want to be scared, right? Do I have this right, Coach Floor?
Yes, you don't want to be scared. And remember that nothing can happen to you unless you let it happen. So a lot of the dense energies, when people go like, oh, they put up something on me, or negative energy. It's true. It happens. I saw it as a kid, like if one of us had fever or a headache, my grandma would figure out if someone did something to you, they would do it, and you would be fine. So, but she always said, you have to let it happen. So let's say that someone's doing something negative on you, and you are thinking about that person, and you're mad about that person, then you're letting all that dense energy in, right? So same thing with spirits. As long as you're positive and you have a good mindset, then nothing bad's going to happen. You're just going to maybe be able to experience. Have you guys ever experienced something paranormal or something, let's say supernatural or natural? I don't like to say supernatural. I like to say natural. A natural occurrence.
I'm sure I have. I've had this conversation before, and I've definitely had more to add into it. But coming to right now, other than having moments to where, just I don't know. I had a moment to where I fell asleep behind the road coming home from Oakland one night, and I was headed towards the Center Divide, and I hit this pothole. I hit something in the road, and
Or
and
somebody.
it woke me up. Yeah, or it could have been somebody. I never hit anything is hard. But I felt like something was looking out for me there, and that woke me up. And I definitely should have. I mean, I was heading there, and I was able to correct it and not crash and flip my my car.
Wow.
So, but no,
So
I
it
mean,
was
there's
like a guiding guardian angel or something like that.
Guardian
Kind of.
angel.
something was
Yeah.
looking out for me. Wasn't ready for me to crash that car quite yet.
Oh, thank
That's
goodness.
nuts.
So, but
That's
other than that,
Um,
you know, I mean, I do believe in good and bad energies. You know, going to places for tribute. You know, and I think you have to be open to it for that energy to be taken in. That's why some people
Yeah.
don't experience it. That's why some people don't believe it, because they're not open to even let anything touch their I guess like their soul or their own energy.
Okay,
Exactly.
that's how I thought I was. But like honestly, I'm open to, or I feel like I'm open to it. Like I'm totally open to it. I'm open to weird paranormal stuff. Just it hasn't really happened to me. And maybe I'm not fully open and I don't really get it. You know, or maybe I don't understand that yet. Maybe I'm not fully open. I will say though, I don't know, maybe like a month after my mom passed away, or maybe less than that, I often go to sleep with like a headphone, just like one earbud in. I'll be listening to a podcast or something, and I'll put my phone on the table and just sort of listen. Well, it started like the volume just started creeping like to maximum. It'd go to maximum. I'm like, what the fuck? I pick it up and I bring it back, and then it'd go to maximum again. And I'm not touching it, whatever. I'm like, damn, is the button jammed? Like, is the button on the little earbuds jammed? No. And I picked up the phone, I looked at it, and then I watched it with my own eyes. The volume was just going all over the place, like left and right, up and down, like right in front of my eyes. I'm not touching or doing anything. I was like, what the fuck? I've never, and it was a brand new phone too, and it hasn't done it before, hasn't done it since. Anything like that. Brand new phone. Like I was like, okay, this has got to be something weird, because maybe my mom is fucking with me. She would.
Totally.
Was that her humor to sit there and pull prank on you?
Absolutely. Yeah. But
Yeah.
that was it though. That's like the only thing that I can think of that was like paranormal that's happened to me.
You know what happens, guys, is that like oftentimes, and again, for a very long time I was the same way, because I grew up with it, but then you get very into your intellect, and I did the same thing. So I went away from it for many years, and I went pretty much against it. And what happens is that you might think you're open to it, but there's still a filter of cynicism that we don't realize that we have. And that cynicism comes out when we try to explain everything, right? When there's like, you see something happen, you're like, no, there has to be a reason. There has to be something, a way that it happened, right? So when we're children, we don't have that. We're not trying to explain anything, because we're learning the world still. We have different levels of consciousness. So a lot of the times, that's why you hear kids see things, they'll point to things, they'll see. I still remember seeing little like elves or duendes, tiny little people, all the time. Since when I was really little, until I was like 6, and I'd see them in the rooms and everything. And my grandma would be like, yeah, you know, they're duendes, what we call like dwarves and stuff, and just be nice to them and things like that. And then as you grow up, you're like, no, well, those things aren't real. And I like to mention it like this. One of my favorite physicists, his name is Michio Kaku, and he explains the different dimensions in such a fantastic way. He's like, imagine you're in a koi pond, right? Koi ponds have their eyes only to the sides, and you're up here and you pick up the koi pond, and that koi fish only sees the dimension that he sees, right? He only sees inside. He doesn't think there's anything above the water. So now he's here with this human, and he's like, what is happening? And you throw that fish back in, the stories it would tell, you know, because same thing, we're only in our dimension. We can't see further away, because we don't even have the capacity to understand that there's more. And there is, you know, and when you start to believe that everything has a soul, I mean, this microphone, this pen, everything has its own energy, and you feel it, and you start talking to things. And I know I'm sounding insane, but then it opens up a realm of things and it comes back. And I swear this year, it all came back to me. For the last 10 years, I've been very cynical. I've been very just intellect, science, everything. And this year that we had all these things happen and my grandma passed away, I've gotten back to my practice. I've gotten back to all my paganism side, and it's back. I mean, I can sit outside and I can think of a hummingbird and it will show up. I can think of the wind and the wind will blow. Like, it's amazing. So just try it, guys. Just try it. It's
All right,
awesome.
You're out there. If you're listening, just try it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, paranormal stuff. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I want to give a shout out to a podcast that I like. Shout out to Paranormal Patties podcast. A couple of friends, Sarah and Robin, from the Bay Area. They got a cool podcast, and it's about this very thing called Paranormal Patties. It's very fun. They are very, very funny people. Get it on the screen there. There we go. Paranormal Patties.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, super funny show. They're hilarious, and they talk about this very type of thing. So go listen to them. Very, very fun stuff. And there's that. That's all I got to say about that. Hey, you know what I like to do around Halloween time is scare the shit out of people.
Yeah, he fucking does.
That's my thing right there.
God.
I like to scare Lore because I live with her. Do you want to see a video of me scaring Lore? I have several. You know what? Should we start? Well, hold on. You know, I scare her mom too.
Oh my God.
Found we've been watching these scare cam compilations on YouTube. They're the best. I love watching people get scared. You know, because I don't want to see anyone scared, but I just love that reaction people get because they're mad, but they also know it's funny, so they're like laughing and mad at the same time. I don't know. It's a very unique emotion, and you can really only get it when you scare the shit out of someone. So I got your mom a bit too, didn't I?
Oh yeah. And we both love to get scared. I think it's hilarious. I love it afterwards, but it does get to you sometimes.
Yeah. So on this scare cam compilation, I've noticed that one of the funny ways that people will scare others is that they set up one of those little Bluetooth speakers. They just hide it, and then they'll play James Brown, "I Feel Good," like cranked to full volume. So it's just like, hi, just like, and that initial James Brown scream will scare the absolute shit out of people.
Yeah.
So I did some of that. Let me see here. I got your mom a couple.
Oh my God.
So I don't know if you could hear that. And I
yes,
got her
you
good.
Can.
All right. And then I got her again. I love it. I love it so much.
Wallpaper for my grandma's ashes, trying to do some nice things, and then bam! And I was like, shit.
Yeah, she was doing a very serious thing. She was setting up an altar, like for a ritual. Like I said, her grandma's ashes were involved, and then I did that. Now I feel bad about it. I should have let you continue. But let's watch it again. You did a 360 spin.
I did.
It doesn't stop there.
Oh shit. Fuck.
Look how easy you are to scare. Look how easy you are to scare. I just go, ah.
Oh shit. Fuck.
I don't care if I'm the only one that finds this funny, because I'll watch it over and over again, and I'll make our viewers watch it over and over again. It's too funny.
And you've been scaring me all year long, like when I least expect it.
Another good way I like to scare Laura is I like to give her the "This is Jeopardy." I don't know if you watch Jeopardy, but there's a very jarring voiceover at the start of the show where a guy goes, "This is Jeopardy!" and then they start the show. So I have that, and I'm going to play that now as well. This is the
Oh
last
my
video of me scaring Lore. So
This is Jeopardy! This
Oh my god.
is Jeopardy! This is Jeopardy! This is Jeopardy! This is Jeopardy!
That is horrible.
and I would do it on different days, right? Like I'd get her one day and then wait like a week and then do it again. So I got like 5 of them there, and she's like, "You should upload the video." I'm like, "I don't know if I'm done yet." She's like, "I think you're done. You should upload the video." I'm like,
I don't know. I haven't pissed myself. One day he was outside of the bathroom and did a like that horn, the blowhorn or whatever that thing is.
Oh, the air horn. You know.
That I was pissed because I'm like in the shitter, dude. And that thing is, oh fuck, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
Literally scared the shit out of me.
I
That
went
was
all the
horrible.
way outside to the front yard to get to the window of the bathroom, and then just blasted the air horn through the window. And she was like actually mad. It was,
That
I
was
felt
scary.
kind of yeah. No, you were mad at me though, for real. Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
Sorry
say
about
you better
that.
be careful. You're gonna be getting one of those Sugar Skull death threats. Teachers want to get.
the sugar
true.
skull.
Fuck.
I'm kind of bummed that we didn't get sugar skulls for all of us, and I don't know. We could have done something fun like that, but
Next year we can do the poems and the skulls and stuff.
yeah, if you're willing to write a poem about how I die, sure.
Yeah.
You'd do that to me?
Yeah, you do it to everybody. It's fine. You do it to your parents. You do it to like it's good fun. It's good fun.
Okay.
Well, what if you really
Well-
wanted them to die? Like, is there any times where like I'm gonna wait till you fall asleep, and then I'm gonna come out from underneath your bed?
Yes. Yes. Shit like that. I mean, yeah, some people
Like some
I'm trusting-
passive aggressive.
When you're in high school and you don't like your chemistry teacher, he got the most of them. And some of them were like pretty intense. Like, yeah.
We've got a let's actually talk to our viewers here. Quentin, Laura's costume is awesome.
Hey, thanks,
It is
Quentin.
pretty
Thanks
cool.
for watching.
What up, Quentin? Agreed. Thanks for watching, my man. Indiana represent. What's up, Quentin? You.
Very talented
Um,
musician.
Ruben's like, what did walk into? I don't know, man. we on our bullshit. Yeah, it's Halloween. We messing around. Let's go to a letter. We got a letter from one of our viewers. This one comes from Toronto. It's from Spencer Levon. Good friend. Fatality. Where'd it go?
Awesome.
Where'd it
He
go, guys?
gone.
Where'd it go? There
There
he
it
is.
is.
This is from Spencer from Faceplant. Hey lads, I've been loving your show. Noticed that you were looking for some Halloween themed things. It reminded me of this video of me from like 2004, 2005. I really biffed it quite hard in this one. To make matters worse, it was right after Pope John Paul passed. So Spencer's dressed as the Pope in this video. It was right after Pope John Paul passed, and it was too soon for certain members of my redneck small town. Someone asked me why I would choose to dress like the dead Pope, whom we were mourning, and I sheepishly told them that I was in fact dressed as the new Pope and narrowly avoided a deserved ass kicking. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Spencer. I do have the video. Let's check that video.
Yes.
Spencer is the jumping Pope here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that deserves more applause than that. Oh my God.
Oh yes.
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 Oh my God. Was that
I-
on purpose? Did he fall or was that on purpose?
It looked so he did it so well it's
He did
kind
it
of
really
hard.
well.
It's hard to tell, right? Like he
He
did it
face
so well.
planted.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear
check
it
the
for
tape.
applause and that-
He really looked like he hit his face, like his,
Yeah.
you can see it sort of bounce. Like
Yeah,
it
it's
was- you
funny
can
shit.
it bounces.
my
Oh,
God.
Spence. Oh my gosh.
Well, he has a history of falling while performing, doesn't he?
Does he?
He does. He
Shut
does.
up.
Yeah,
There was another
when we were on
video.
tour. Yeah, Joe remembers. I can probably pull
I
that
wasn't
thing
on
up.
tour. I wasn't on tour though. I've seen it.
The 2013 tour?
Yeah,
Whatever
we
that
were up in Seattle, and Fatality's doing their big ending of their set,
Uh-huh.
and it involves a lot of when a band does their big ending, and they bang on their instruments really hard and make a big deal of it. So they're doing that, and then he just literally falls off the stage as he like makes a jump. It's not like a huge
No.
stage, but he does this little jump.
Shit.
And then falls off the stage. I think I have it here. Hold on. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Spencer falls off stage. There he is there with the guitar.
Oh my God. Oh, poor Spence. Holy shit. Oh. He's
Yeah.
a folly guy.
Yeah, he just throws caution to the wind, and you got to appreciate a guy like that.
Yes.
So thank you for sending that in. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, thank you for sending that in, Spence. We have another
Ooh.
letter, another viewer letter. This one comes from Edsy. He was on the show a couple weeks ago.
Etsy.
Yeah. What's up, homies? This was 1 year that my buddy Lane Mueller and I dressed up as Immortal. Of course, Immortal, the black metal band, Immortal. The folly of dressing up like your favorite Norwegian black metal band is that you spend the whole night saying, "We're not fucking Kiss." Okay. Like, I
That's
can see
pretty
how that
funny.
would be. Yeah, right. Like, I can see how that would be rather annoying. I have the picture here. Let me.
Oh, is there a picture? Nice.
Yeah, there's a picture of these fellas. I love a good black metal fun photo. Look at that. Do they look
Yes.
like Kiss to you guys?
Could
a little
look like
bit.
Kiss. The one on the left does.
Yeah,
Looks like
I'd
Star
agree with
Child.
that.
Yeah, true. The one on the far left does. He's got some Paul Stanley, Star Child vibes.
The one in the
You're
middle
right,
is
Coach
Abbott, right? Or Abath. I never say his name right. He looks He looks like
I
him.
won't pretend to know. I don't know enough about black metal to speculate. But
Okay.
well,
Well,
this
he
is
looks
great.
fine. But the one on the left does.
I don't even listen to black metal, and I think I've worn black metal corpse paint at some point in my life.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, but to the untrained non-metal eye, yeah, these guys are Kiss.
Yeah. Well, they're wearing denim.
Oh, they're wearing denim. I didn't think about that.
You shouldn't have worn denim.
Yeah, it was like that period of Kiss right before they took their face paint off, and they were kind of wearing
Yeah.
jeans and stuff like that, but they weren't
That's
fully
funny.
makeup off. Here's Edsy right here in the chat. I was Abbott on the right. Okay.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. You were.
I wasn't able to tell which one Edsy was, but there he is on the right. Oh,
So
this
he's
is
Abbott.
great.
Nice, Edsy.
I love old Halloween photos. Just fucking.
Oh yeah.
I was a couple years. I was fat for Halloween. And yeah, it is. Looking back, that is not cool at all. Like I'm not proud of myself for being fat.
It was funny.
Well, one time I was like 8, so it was like kind of funny, and it was like the 90s, and nobody cared about fat jokes, really, I guess. But I
And
was
your
like a
boss
kid, and
wasn't
I was
overweight.
right, and I was fat. But then just like 5 years ago, I was like, what am I going to be for Halloween? Because I had to go to work that night. I got to dress up. So I just wore the biggest clothes I had and stuffed pillows in them, and I was fat. And like, that's not a costume. That's just mean. And my manager was morbidly obese too at the time too. So,
Yeah,
so
dude.
I didn't even like think about that. Like I got to work and here I am hella fat and like she's fatter than me in my fat costume. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, this is so dumb. And now looking back, it's very, very cringy. It was mean, and I've grown. I've grown a bit. Did you guys have any weird costumes that you kind of wish you didn't wear? I don't think you guys would. Sounds like something I would do, but not you guys.
Yeah, JP.
None that I
Joe-
regret, but one time to get into a party, because actually I don't dress up for Halloween. To get into a party, a house party, you had to be dressed up, and I was like, dude, I'm not dressing up. And somebody threw me a tiny coat that they were wearing, and they yelled,
Oh.
"Fat man in a little coat!" And
Tommy Boy.
I did the fat man in a little coat, and I got in.
Coat.
That's not
Did you tear the coat?
No, but they wanted me to.
Okay. Oh, that would have been great.
It was a tiny, and I mean, the dude was skinny guy. My buddy Tim.
That didn't feel good though, right? He called you fat.
You know, it was the get in, and I'm pretty sure I already had drinks with me. You know, and just, but he just kept yelling it, and that's all he yelled until I did it. That guy in a little coat. It wasn't
Wow.
Batman in a little coat.
Man, so he was like, he bullied you into it basically.
Well, you know, I mean, I wanted to make everyone laugh, and it seemed like there was only one way to do that.
Yeah.
Fat man in a little coat.
The lengths we go to please people, I swear.
Oh my god. I was a spoon once.
A
And-
spoon.
Boom, man.
Yeah, I was just a spoon, and I thought that was a cool costume. And I don't have a
It's-
picture, but that was a little spoon.
It's cute. Yeah, it's definitely cute as all hell.
Yeah, and JP was Rey Mysterio one day. That was pretty funny. We did all
Yeah.
his tattoos. That was pretty. Tight.
I had the mask. I had the Rey Mysterio mask, so I was like,
Yeah.
well, I guess I'll be Rey Mysterio. And she just literally drew all of his tattoos on me with like a Sharpie pen.
Yes.
It was so
good.
ugly.
To go along with what you though said, Big Joe. One time in LA, I was dressed as Mystique. I think is her name. Yeah, the shapeshifter from
Yeah.
Yeah, Mystique. So I did the body paint, right? So I was just wearing tiny shorts and like they did body paint on me, airbrush. And we went to LA and someone yelled, "That's Fat Mystique."
Oh my god.
And I still remember being like, shit, like that was so I feel you on that. It happens. I wore body paint.
It's funny that you brought up Mystique, because as I was trying to put, I don't do makeup, and as I was trying to put this blue makeup on, I only had one tube, so I'm trying to be real careful because it was the only tube in Walmart.
Oh no.
And as I'm putting it on, I was like, "Yo, this reminds me of Mystique." And then I'm sitting there looking at this like orange vest, and I feel like that I'm Fred Flintstone, and Mystique had a child, and that's me.
That's pretty good. Oh, that's a funny shit.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god.
Oh man, I'm glad you made it work. You got the last tube at Walmart.
Oh, dude, we were sitting there. I mean, I was gonna buy like little finger paints, like 30 packets that had all the colors in it, and then there was crayons, like yeah, and then there was hella people in there. I found a spray can that had sparkles in it, you know, and the closest thing I could come to is buying the plastic. What is that? Like a rubber cement that goes on your body, so for like zombie stuff.
Yes,
Oh,
that
that-
stuff is cool.
yeah.
That stuff works.
I figured
It's
I'd just do
expensive
that.
though, right?
Yeah, I know. I was gonna do that and try to color it in the best I could. And I mean, this I stopped, you know, like this in the back of my head.
That
I mean,
looks really good though, Joe. That looks really good.
I tried to make it look kind of crappy and kind of crummy. Just on purpose. Even this, like I just sat down and I did it with a pen and I did it with a Sharpie. Just it
You
actually
did that
turned
with a
out really
Sharpie. That's
fucking.
well done.
Yeah,
That's
It
well.
looked pretty fucking cool.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you're not gonna. I mean, what are you gonna screen print the real logo on there?
I mean, if I was dope, but
Well, you
No.
got
this
no.
cost me
Halloween, you
nine
do the best
dollars
with
and
what you have.
$9.14 and probably about 20 minutes of my time, and I bought this shit.
It's
There you
more
go.
dope to do it. Like it's more dope when I see costumes that clearly look made. Like that's so cool,
Yeah.
you know? Like that's tight. It looks you put the time into it.
I took
Joe,
20 minutes.
I was just reminded of a fun time, fun Halloween that you and I spent together.
Oh yeah,
Here you are. Do you remember this? We were nerds.
Oh, nerds.
Yeah. That was the extent of my nerd costume. I had like pens and shit in my pocket, which you can't see because of my guitar strap, and 3D glasses. There you go.
Look at Big
That's it.
Joe looks hella nerdy.
Yeah. Oh, Joe nailed it. Yeah, totally.
that was the last time that was the first time I dressed up in a long time, and it was because again, same situation I was in. Like, hey, we gonna dress up? We're playing a Halloween show, and I'm like, fuck, JP wants me to dress up. All right, I'll do it. And to be completely honest, that was about 10 years ago, probably more.
Yeah, I think it was maybe 2011.
I
looks
haven't
like it.
dressed up since. It's there's something about
No.
you, JP, that makes me want to put makeup and
10 years
Yeah.
later,
dress up
look
different.
at this.
Yeah. I'm like, can you clean yourself up a little bit? Wear something nice, Joe. Come on.
Yeah, look at that tiny little beard.
Yeah, it was like a regular person's beard. It's like what my
Yes.
beard.
It was
it's
a
like-
nerdy beard.
Yeah, well, you should have shaved it. Nerds can't grow beards. If nerds could grow beards, then they wouldn't be nerds. They'd be like lumberjacks or
JP.
something.
Hey, the biggest example right here.
You should be a
There you go.
Viking, Big Joe, next time.
He is.
Well, yeah, he's a true Viking, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
I got some Danish in me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can get
what-
some fur and some fucking cool
A
shit.
couple weeks ago, Big Joe, you jumped on one of our Rocket League stream. Laura and I, we'll play Rocket League and stuff on this channel sometimes. And you jumped on one of our streams, and somebody in the comments was like, "Hey, who's Viking Boy?"
No way.
Fucking boy.
With the BOI, BOI. Who's
Boy.
Viking Boy? I'm like, man, that's Big Joe. But you are a Viking just on the day to day.
Yeah, he is. That's
I
pretty
can't
cool.
help it. That's how my
Here
mama
we
made
got
me.
a Shazbot says bullshit. Nerds can't grow beards. My bad. You know
Get
what?
him, Shazbot.
I'm a bit of a nerd. I'm a bit of a geek. I don't know. I'm a bit of a nerd, and my beard sucks. Like it just does not grow in. Like it grows in the weirdest ways. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking from experience. This particular nerd can't grow a fucking beard. Not a good one, at least. Because look at
I
Joe.
like
It's all on
shitty
his.
beards.
Yeah, but
I think shitty beards are hot. Johnny Depp has a shitty beard. I love it.
it's weird
Shitty beard.
because shitty beards are kind of becoming a thing. Laura and I noticed that we watched the NBA season this year, in the bubble, and we just noticed that so many players are just growing their beards just however it comes out, and it's so like patchy, like weird spots, like
Jimmy Butler.
long and stringy on one side and patchy on the other side, but they're just growing it like that's my beard, but it looks good for some reason. And she's like, I like a shitty beard. I'm like, how does that work?
It's natural. It's like I like crooked teeth. I like when things are not perfect, like they're styled to perfection. I like shit that's just like, that's how he looks. Like
Let me get
That's awesome.
who's got a shitty beard. Jason Tatum's got a shitty beard.
Jimmy Butler has a shitty beard.
Yeah, Jason. Jimmy Butler's got a
patchy.
fucking.
Yeah,
Let's.
shitty beards.
I'm gonna pull up some shitty beard images.
Do you have yours too?
Hey,
He has it every day, baby.
that's right. Of course, I can't find any good up close definitive pictures of someone's
No,
shitty
because
beard,
those
'cause I-
pictures are all like nice and shit of them.
Yeah.
So they're groomed.
But
They're properly groomed.
point is, I have a shitty beard. Oh, you said you like shitty beards, Coach Lore?
Yeah.
That's why you like JP,
Oh,
says Ruben.
turning into a
Goddamn
roast.
right. Yeah, man. Oh man, he's roasting. He should. Yeah.
He's
Um,
roasting.
I just rewatched that episode of The Office where Michael gets roasted. He wants everyone to roast him. You remember that one? And he doesn't. He's like not good at being roasted. He just takes it hella personal.
Oh God.
Oh shit. All right. Well, yeah. Well, you know, I'm trying. Maybe I have beard oil or some kind of. Maybe there's some magic beard tonic I can take.
You
What
gotta
do you
brush
take, Joe?
it.
My experience, if you want it to come in whole, you gotta shave it off. Keep shaving it. Grow it, shave
That's
it.
what
grow
everyone
it,
says. Yeah.
That's mine came in all patchy. Mine grew in high school like Wolverine. It kind of come
Wow.
in and it would
Nice.
stop right there, and then I wouldn't have anything here, and I'd have like, and it just I don't know, this is how it grew, but it wasn't until I was like, I don't know, at least 27, and then in my early 30s, that's when my beard started growing in, and then my early 30s it turned red.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
so
tight.
it would like so everyone was like, "Oh, you're Irish," but it was only in the summertime, only in the sun, and I could feel it just like, and then now it's just turning gray. Like I'm finding, I used to have
Nice.
one, and now I'm finding more and more.
It's gonna
You're
look
like
tight.
you're like an evolving Pokemon.
Ooh, you could
That's a
choose
good
not
thing.
to level me up, so I'm some like really big like kid that should be a fucking Charizard, but I'm fucking still a Squirtle.
Charizard. But it might
You look
work
like
if you
a
shave it off.
Charizard right now.
That's
I
what
don't
they tell
wanna-
us when we're little. They're like, don't shave your legs, because if you shave your legs, it's gonna come out like a shitload, you know? So then you're
Damn.
terrified and you don't
That
shave
makes
your
sense.
legs. And you're the only girl in American school without shaved legs. And everyone makes fun of you. And it sucks because you can't shave your legs till you're like 17. Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah, but you're telling them like jokes on you. You guys are gonna be wolf ladies.
That's true. That's what I'm thinking.
Once a month. You already have that problem once a month being. Never mind. I'm gonna stop right there.
There he goes, man. That's it for Joe, everyone.
Oh, shit.
Well, can't wait to really scare strangers with this costume. I'm definitely going to go out there. Hopefully we get trick-or-treaters. We have a neighbor that oops, I exposed my skin. Woo, it's not real.
Fingers.
Anyway, we have our neighbors each year. They have the most insane like haunted house. Like they go all out. They like build it, and they're fucking building it last night at like 10:30, hammering shit right outside of our window. Anyway, thanks guys. But no, they do have an amazing haunted house, and it was so windy the other day. The wind just brought it all down from like the fires. You know, the wind like brought their shit down. But they're rebuilding it, and I'm thinking if they do have it up and running, then we will have some trick-or-treaters coming through the house because people are going to go to that haunted house, and I'm going to scare the shit out of all of them. I'm going to stand out there in my bush costume and I'm going to get them.
Yes.
I'm
Scare
gonna
the
get 'em.
shit out of some 5-year-olds.
What so Joe, you're going back, you're leaving Denver tonight. What
I am tonight.
Yeah, so you're going back home. What are your plans for Halloween? Because tomorrow you'll be home. What are you going to do?
You know, I'd like to go see my son Jaden. He's in Napa with his mom, but you know what? I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get in late tonight. You know, normally the day after the travel, you're not going to really want to do much. To be completely honest, in the first couple episodes we showed my van when I crashed into, or I ran into a fence and
Yeah.
popped the
Right.
window out. Well, my back has been out. And I haven't been able to walk and move around very easily, even doing these shows. I'd say about like last week is when my back started I'm feeling really good,
No,
by the
okay.
way. But there's still fucking broken glass in my van. I haven't been able to get in there and clean it out.
So you're going
And
to
I've been
spend
out here-
Halloween sweeping
Maybe.
broken glass out of your van.
Trying to get in there and crawling in there, you know, and so it's something I didn't want to task with somebody else. I still have boxes and bags of clothes from when I moved back in March. Yeah, and so in the past 2 months, I don't know. I'm probably not where we're at in Auburn. We're not going to get any trick or treaters. Like it's just not going to happen. And
Yeah.
I'm probably just gonna go home and relax and maybe watch some bloody movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't watched enough horror movies. Maybe we can watch one tonight. I'd like to see a slashy type horror movie because that witch movie that we watched a couple days ago, you're just waiting for someone to get fucking murdered, and then when it finally happens, like, that was good, but then you wait like another 30 minutes till it happens again. It was really, I don't know. Maybe I'm not watching these horror movies right.
Well, no, the only reason was because we were trying to watch something that we both hadn't seen and just pick one and just fuck it. You know what I mean? I have plenty of good suggestions of fucking slashy, gory horror movies.
But again, I wanted to watch one that we both hadn't seen because I didn't want you to be like, here comes the part, or, you already know when someone's going to get slashed. I don't want that.
So our friend Saul, he told me about Hardware. Have you seen that, Big Joe? He said Hardware on Netflix. It's actually pretty good. So check that out.
Okay.
Hardware.
Anybody seen Hardware? Anybody watching out there seen Hardware? That sounds good. Yeah, because I like, okay, if I'm going to watch a horror movie, I don't want it to be the one that makes me like psychologically fucked and I need to call my family and stuff like that afterwards. Because like, I liked Get Out, but that movie was heavy. You know what I mean? Like, that was like a really, like, that got my mind fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like those movies. I do like those movies because they affect you. They actually have an effect on you, not unlike a slashy horror movie or whatever. But afterwards, I don't like that anxiety feeling, but you love it, Coach Laura. You're like,
you don't like horror.
Yeah, I want to, though.
What about Saw? Saw's fantastic. You just see a bunch of shit get cut and things like, do you like that?
Okay, so Saw was good. But then wait, did Hostel come out after Saw?
It came out around the time with the first Saw.
Okay, because I remember, I think Saw came out and they had a lot of stuff in that movie that were like, that was made people go, holy shit, that was woof. That was brutal. And then Hostel came out, and then the opening scene is like a guy getting his Achilles tendons sliced. And I was like, okay, this is a new kind of horror movie where it's just like literally just show you the most cringy like ways to die. And Saw would do that too, the fucking traps and the games and stuff like that. I don't know. So man.
You like slasher 80s. You like 80s slasher films where it's more like the blood doesn't look very real and it's like clearly just, slash, but not like too real.
Well, yes, but I did enjoy Saw. I will say that. I did remember the first Saw and I liked it. Mm-hmm.
I mentioned it earlier. Have you seen Dead Alive?
I haven't seen Dead Alive.
Dead Alive is one of the bloodiest movies I've ever seen, and it's cheesy. I
think you would like that.
Dude, I think that's what you're describing here is you want to check out Dead Alive.
Does anybody have a good underrated slasher film for someone that's seen the classics?
Dead Alive.
Coach Laura. This is from Irish Gatorade, my friend, our good friend
Sean. That's tight.
Sean, the man who made me an associate producer. A Hollywood associate producer. So thank you for that. We talked about that a couple shows ago. So thank you, Sean. But what is a good underrated slasher film if you've seen all the classics? Because that's not my department because I think I just know the classics. Oh,
yeah,
how about I wanted to talk about The Mangler because when I saw that as a kid, I was like, that is the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen. There's a scene at the start of the movie. This lady gets pulled into this smashing machine and she just gets like smashed and I was a kid and she's getting smashed by this machine and her little feetsies are like wiggling out like help me, and they're trying to pull her out, and I got fucking scared shitless as a kid. I didn't even finish the movie. So maybe I would suggest The Mangler, which Laura you said was a Stephen King.
That's a Stephen King book. Yes, that's a short story actually by Stephen King, and it's a good short story.
Everybody's saying Dead Alive is the best. Dead Alive is the best. A good one. Fuck yeah, Dead Alive.
I think so. I would say so. I have a slasher packet here, which like more like 80s movies and stuff. There's one called Berserker from 1987. I think Berserker was a really good one from the 80s.
Okay, but you haven't seen it.
What's up?
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen Berserker.
Oh, you've seen it. Okay.
I have seen it, and that was a good one. I would say Berserker is probably the best 80s one, like true slasher, 80s slasher film. and Dead or Alive, of course.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well, there you go. Dead Alive, The Mangler.
The Mangler. Yes.
I'm just gonna keep saying The
Duh.
Mangler.
Did you ever-
Mangler.
The Mangler.
Did you ever see that one, Big Joe? What is it? Or did anyone out there? Man, it's the I want to say something knives or the fuck. It's the one with the what the
Knives
Japanese did to the Russian in the concentration camps. God,
God,
it is the most brutal. That one and the
Human
the one
Centipede.
cannibal one where they actually killed a turtle in real life. Like, it's super sad. They kill that giant turtle. that
Oh,
takes
that's
it-
Cannibal Holocaust, right?
Cannibal Holocaust. That one's fucked.
Yeah.
But the knives one, I can't remember what it is. That one's brutal because they like are showing what they did, like for all the experiments that they did on the Japanese on the Russians. So for instance, like one was on they take every tooth out until they pass out to see how much pain they can take. They would inject them with AIDS and then leave them like to make them fuck and stuff until they all rot. Like crazy shit. That
We
one
need
was
someone
nuts.
Yeah, I need someone to find that. Dominique, find my producer, Dominique. Pull that
Dominique.
up.
God,
find
I
that.
know that one. It's crazy. But anyway.
Yeah. If you hear me talking to someone off screen, I'm talking to my producer, Dominique, of course. So pull that up, Dominique. Thank you. Anyway. So yeah, it's gonna be a merry Halloween for sure. I'm stoked. We bought a bunch of candy. I don't know if anyone's gonna come get it, but it's here. So
Come get this
Now we'll
candy.
drive around and throw it at people.
that's interesting. You got to get this candy out somehow.
Yeah.
I know. Are we supposed to be handing candy out in a pandemic?
I don't think so, man. I don't know.
Shazbot
I
in
don't
the
know.
chat says philosophy of a knife.
Yes.
Maybe you're talking about?
Thank you. Philosophy of a knife.
Shazbot's the winner. Ding ding ding.
Oh. There it is. Thank you,
Thank
Joe. I
you,
didn't even
sir.
see that. Philosophy of
That-
a knife.
Movie is fucked. Philosophy of a knife. Thank you.
Okay. Interesting.
Recommend it if you
interesting.
want to be disturbed.
Okay, philosophy of a knife. Well, maybe one day if I'm up to it, you can show me philosophy of. Yeah, you're not gonna like it. Nope,
No.
you won't like it.
No.
Yeah, she knows me too well.
That to you.
Ruben. Yeah, no, you throw candy at the children. I think that's gonna be it. I've seen some setups where people have like a long tube, and they'll like put the
PVC.
candy in the tube, and it's cute. It goes out to the street. But our neighborhood's not set up that way. And I think we're just gonna have to throw candy.
Well, here's the deal. You sanitize your hands. You give the candy. You put on a mask when you're gonna go give the candy. You're not gonna eat the wrapper, so you're gonna fucking open it. I think we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
be cautious. Wear a mask. Don't hug a kid, which you're not usually gonna do anyway. So I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, don't. I mean, you're gonna want to hug the trick or treaters. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You're gonna want to hug. Don't do it.
Ask first.
Make a candy trebuchet. Share it with the town.
What the fuck is a trebuchet?
I
Bobby
was
Boucher?
hoping one of you guys would know.
One of us classy
Bobby
fucks would
Boucher.
know what a trebuchet
Yeah.
is.
It sounds like a French word, and I'm a Frenchman.
And I know some French, but I don't know what trebuchet is.
A trebuchet. What is
I like it.
a trebuchet?
Trebuchet.
Well, it sounds nice, and yeah, I definitely want to get this candy to the kids. Okay, it's Halloween. Got to get this candy to the kids. I don't know how I'm
And-
gonna do it.
October 1st started with a full moon, and October 31st is a full moon, so it's fucking crazy. It's gonna be
Is that right?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. So this Samhain, big full moon ritual, pretty cool. It's gonna have a lot of energy, especially because of what has happened this year. So it's a really nice time to kind of just shed things and then be welcoming of all these spirits and dimensions, and it's a good time, man.
I was
Okay,
looking out at the moon
okay.
last night, and it looked like Mars was pretty visible. out
Yeah.
there. I know it was pretty clear out here, especially with all the snow that happened, and then just nothing's in the sky.
And it
after.
is October, so yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a good one.
It's
Oh.
like a catapult, guys.
Okay.
just to
Nice.
go back.
Well,
Thank you.
Shoot
Thank you,
your
Shay.
pants.
Thank you,
Little
Shazbot. It's like a
catapult.
catapult. Now
Fucking
That's just-
candy.
that sounds fun.
You can slingshot candy
That's
too.
I was thinking, like the one that you pull and the
Yeah.
other people are holding it.
Open up.
Maybe make a point system for You
Yeah,
pick one. You pick one person. Like if you see him dressed up as like Luigi or something, and you count it like you have to nail Luigi every time.
Okay, so like Luigi's like the magic word.
Just the magic word, Luigi duck.
Like I said, our neighbors have a really huge haunted house set up, so we're never going to be the main event in this neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like they will always be the main event, but we are next door, so I'm thinking we might get some runoff. Some runoff trick or treaters.
What
and
you want
this
to
year
do
we
is
decorated since September, so
there you
we've
go.
told them. We're serious.
you guys have a strobe light?
God, we need lights. We need fucking
No,
lights.
just one strobe light, and then that's the best if you're trying to sneak up on somebody. That strobe light, because like, did that just move? When
That's
I was
true.
younger, we had this really tiny front yard, and we had a pile of dirt in it because we were supposed to do construction, and it just didn't happen for a long time. And we'd put a couple strobe lights on the dirt, and I would wear my costume and I'd lay in the dirt, and people would go up like, "Oh, dude, that body looks so real." They're like, "That's crazy." And then I'd pop up, and then
Oh, that's awesome.
And they never thought that they never considered that it might be a real body.
there were some people who were like, "Hey, I can see you breathing," like.
Okay, well,
So
okay,
I got
smart
caught,
ass.
but I did get. Scaring people for Halloween is fun. I had a neighbor that did that too, growing up. You'd walk down into his front door, and he had these pillars that he'd stand behind. And actually, it's a really great memory. He passed away a couple years ago. His name was Art. And he was a big guy like me. And what he would do is these kids would walk around, they would knock on the door. And at this point, the pillar was, behind them. And he'd pop out and he would yell, like, "Do you want candy?" And it was this really deep, scary voice.
Yes.
And you can hear, like, I lived about, 5 or 6 houses. We grew up on a court. And they were in the center of the court. I just touched the damn blue paint. And you could
He
hear
was trying
kids
really
screaming.
hard to not touch that. I know.
I
I've
was,
been watching his
man.
hands almost touching it all episode long.
Yep.
And so you could hear kids screaming, like, and then you knew. So one year, and he got me growing up. One year I had to get him. I scared the shit out of him because I snuck up on him.
And
That is good.
and now he's dead, Joe.
Yeah,
Jesus.
You scared him.
I
No,
ruined
look.
fucking Halloween.
All
Look
right.
what you did, you little jerk.
Oh, that's my favorite. Oh, I love that line. You little jerk. Look what you did, you little jerk. Fucking Home Alone, one of the greatest Christmas movies. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, what a great show, guys. Had a whole bunch of fun. It's Halloween. I'm very hot in the suit. That's not why we're ending the show, but I will share that I'm very hot
You are
inside
pretty
of this
good
bush
looking today.
I want to give props to JP for wearing the entire Bush costume the entire time, and also having the idea of being a Bush.
Thank
Which
you.
is
Thank you.
quite genius.
I had a hot cup of tea here. I've been wanting to drink this whole time, but I realized it would require taking my Bush mask off.
It would have been funny,
Okay,
though, if you would have brought it up and acted like you were drinking it the whole time. To
That's
your Bush
true.
face.
That's pretty good too.
Ah, there we go. I got it. Oh, it's just pretending. Yeah.
JP is the greatest example of why you don't shave early on. You're gonna end up like that.
It's gonna grow in very full, as you can see. I'm the wolf, like a wolf bushman. But anyway, I had a great show. Do you guys anything else you guys wanted to share this Halloween?
Big Joe.
Great. Let's move on.
Well, no, I just want to thank you guys for having me on. This was super fun. I'm so stoked. I love Halloween. I love this time of the year. So it was perfect timing for me to come on. I appreciate it. And I'm getting my second season of my podcast going on, and you guys are going to be guests for my first episode. So
That's
Wow.
right, folks. For those who don't know, Coach Lore is the host of the Wellness of Madness podcast. You can find it on Spotify.
Great
Anywhere else, or
podcast.
is it just Spotify?
No, in any you can put it on Apple Podcasts,
Apple Music, all that stuff.
Spotify,
Great. Awesome.
everywhere.
Well, there you go. Check out the Wellness of Madness podcast. Got to see it next second season coming out pretty soon here. as Joe said, great podcast, and I'm not just biased because you're my fiance. I do quite enjoy the podcast. So, that's all I got to say about.
I'm not
that.
biased either coming on your show, you know. We're just
thank you.
really cool people that do really
Yeah.
cool things.
Oh,
So
that's
and
so
we
sweet.
found each other. So it's pretty fucking cool. And we have the coolest friends. So watch
Thank
us
you.
because
Thank you,
know.
Coach Lore. You are our most prolific guest, I suppose. You've been on the show
Fuck
3
yeah.
times now. Yeah.
yes, I have.
Dan's been on twice, but you've been on 3 times. Congratulations. You're a
Thank
regular.
Thanks,
appreciate it.
man. Love
Anyway.
being here.
Yeah, so happy Halloween, folks. Thanks everybody for watching the show. Next week, we got a special guest. We'll talk about that soon. Follow us on social medias and whatnot. If you're watching us on Twitch, I always say this. I'm sorry, I'll have to do it again. Please give us a follow. It does mean a lot. Helps us get to that affiliate status, blah, blah, blah. I hate that. I hate saying that stuff. Ugh. It's brutal.
Tell me, I
can
can
see
do
you guys' face, as I'm saying, just like, God, stop.
No,
Fucking brutal.
I am I toot the shit out of my own horn.
Yeah.
So I will toot the shit out of your guys' horn. So everyone needs to follow Twitch account. You can watch this on Facebook. You can watch this on YouTube. A lot of things coming up. These 2 guys are fucking great guys with great stories, great musicians. So keep watching.
Joe, she's gonna toot our horns, bro.
I can't say anything. I'm just gonna.
All right, enough of that. Yeah, thank you so much, Coach Lore. Thanks again for coming on the show and talking spooky stuff, Halloween stuff. And Big Joe, next time we see you, you're gonna be back home in California. That's exciting. So
I'm excited.
yeah, get out of that Denver cold and get into that California smoke because it's just fires over here. So enjoy that. All right, let's end this thing. What do you say, guys? Thank you.
Happy
Thank you for
Halloween.
watching. Give us happy Halloween. Give us a follow, all that good stuff. And thank you so much for watching. We'll be back here next Friday at 10 a.m. as usual with a special guest. And that's all I got to say about that. Thanks, guys. Happy Halloween. We'll see you next week. Bye now.
See ya.